Hey everyone, Jake here. This is my 1,000 round review of the Babolat Pure Drive team for 2025. Today I will go over the power, spin, control, comfort, and price of this racket. My goal is to help other people find a racket that best suits them. I myself went through a phase of trying dozens and dozens of rackets and hurting my arm in the process, so I just want to help people avoid that as well. The structure I follow to test these rackets is hitting at least 1,000 tennis balls, 150 forehand cross court, 150 backhand cross court, 150 forehand down the line, and 150 backhand down the line, 50 volleys forehand, 50 volleys backhand, 50 serves deuce side, 50 serves ad side, 50 slices forehand, 50 slices backhand, 50 lobs forehand, and 50 lobs backhand. Why I do this is for two reasons. One, to test the fatigue level of the rackets. How does my arm feel after hitting 1,000 tennis balls? And number two, to help get over the hump of using a racket I'm not used to. For those of you that have watched my previous videos, I'm changing the fatigue level to comfort. I'm changing it because it's a little easier to read when I do the final breakdown, because when it just says fatigue, it's like, okay, is it high in fatigue or low in fatigue? And it kind of gets confusing. So comfort makes a lot more sense. Where is it high in comfort or low in comfort? And I will always talk about the fatigue when it comes to the racket. How quickly does my arm wear out when playing with a racket? All right, well, let's go over the specs of this Babolat Pure Drive team for 2025. The unstrung weight is 10.1 ounces, so this is a lighter racket. It is 7 points head light. The head size is 100 square inches. The string pattern is 16 by 19, and the recommended tension is 44 to 53 pounds. So out of the rackets I've reviewed so far, this one has the lowest recommended tension. Number one, power. Overall, power is really good from this racket, almost a little too good, but not in the sense from the weight of the racket giving you power. It's because of the trampoline effect this racket gives you. Now, for some of you players, you know exactly what I mean when I say trampoline effect. But for others, the trampoline effect feels like the ball gets added power or added launch to its trajectory. So the ball will go farther and longer than you think it's gonna go. So if you're someone that needs a little extra power in your swing because you can't swing the racket that fast or you don't want to swing the racket that fast, this racket has that added power. It doesn't come from the weight in the racket, it comes from the technology within the frame itself. I could definitely tell in my ground strokes that my shots were going long a lot of the time, especially on my forehand. My forehand is my weapon, it's my power shot, and majority of those shots were going long.
Oh, okay. Too long.
My backhand, on the other hand, felt great with this racket. My backhand is my weaker stroke, so this racket giving a little extra oomph to my backhand felt pretty good because I can't generate that much swing speed on my backhand. When it came to serves, I could get a decent amount of power with either flathead serves or regular spin and slice serves.
Let's do some flathead serves. Go for power. That was the first one. Okay. There it is. And kick serve. Nice. Overall, I would say you can do either flathead or kick serves with this guy, which is nice.
Again, kind of like the ground strokes, you can go for flathead or for spin, and this racket can do both of those. Number two, spin. Spin from this racket is good. Not great, but it's good. For spin, I tested this racket in both flathead and topspin type shots, and it worked either way. If I wanted to go more for flat and lower shots, I could do it. And if I wanted to go for more topspin shots, I could also do that. So this racket's able to do a little bit of both. So spin is good on this racket. Not great, but it's good. Number 3, control. Now, control in this racket was really tough for me. And I think that's due to the trampoline effect. The highest tension they recommend is 53 pounds. Now, I play with a racket that's at 52, 53 pounds as well. So usually I'm pretty comfortable with that tension. But with this racket, I could tell that my shot was always going long or not going where I wanted it to go. I really felt that lack of control in the lobs and my ground strokes in general.
I'm actually struggling with lobs right now because of the trampoline effect. Put a little bit on, it goes long. Took a little bit off, it goes way short. Can't find the sweet spot with this racket.
Now, when I slowed down my shots and went at a little bit of a slower pace, I could get a lot of control. But I was not swinging at my regular swing speed. I was swinging way slower. I think I have a shot in there of me doing one of my warm-up swings and nailing the cone.
We just started.
Number 4, comfort. The comfort from this racket is phenomenal. Top of the charts. Slices felt really soft on the arm. Ground strokes in general felt really soft on the arm. I could swing with this racket all day long.
Clean.
All right, number 5, price. Now, the current price for this racket is $230. I'm going to switch up how I rate the prices for the rackets because I'm quickly finding out that a brand new decent racket is between $200 to $300. There are really good value rackets out there between $100 and $200, but I've not reviewed those rackets yet, so we'll get there at a later time. I would suggest this to beginner level and intermediate. I could really see this racket working for beginners that are adults. So for example, someone like my wife, she's new to the game of tennis and she's a bit more petite. So having a racket that helps boost her shots is a really big help. There's a bigger sweet spot, so the racket is more forgiving. It's a lot lighter, so for her wrists and her forearms, it doesn't burn her out as quick. And the paint job is really cool too. This is her favorite color, so I could easily see her using this racket. And with this racket being at $230, I would say this is for a beginner that's serious about tennis. And when I say serious about tennis, it's they want to play and practice consistently. So if you have a child or someone that's serious about tennis and wants to get into tennis, or a beginner that's an adult, this racket will save your arm and can get you into the game pretty quick. All right, well, that's my 1,000 round review of the Babolat Pure Drive Team for 2025. Let me know in the comments what racket you want me to review next, and I'll catch you next time.
Nice shot. Wow. That's the game.